So Shirley Van der Kooi.
Yes, Van der Kooi.
Van der Kooi?
Yes.
Okay. That's a mouthful.
It is. That's what happens when you marry somebody from Haaland.
Yeah, it takes up all your business card.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then you put reflexology into it.
And then, exactly.
It really adds to it.
So we put up your blog spot
Yes.
on Blogspot, and so here's the thing that I wanna encourage you to do.
Okay.
And in a minute we'll start taping. I want you to start thinking about always when you're blogging, always be looking at building a book, writing a book for yourself.
Okay.
Remember when you were telling me about the elderly with their legs? What was that all about?
Elderly, well, I'm going more when they're in the wheelchair, and you see even with Yvette too, because you're not using it, and your calf is the one that pumps the blood all the way back up, right? So if you're not using it, it's getting harder and harder. So I always make sure I always work on the legs and the feet, because you can see their feet much more swollen. Circulation isn't there, and even how some of them have a lot of soft moccasins or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So when they put their feet on, if it's a bar, depending where the bar is, it's hitting them.
Oh.
It's bothering them. Like the one was on the colon. She had a very and she was young, but she had a severe case of MS. So the way she was holding it on there was making her, it was her colon that was acting up. And I said, that could be one of the reasons, right? So if you can readjust your foot, so it's always all the subtle things. Socks for the elderly, how they pull them up, right? And Yvette will tell you too, if you pull them up too tight on the toes and then you put your shoes on, circulation, and then the rubbing, even if you're not walking, you're putting the pressure on, right? So you'll see the little red marks on their feet, on their top of their toes at times, right?
So do podiatrists go into the homes and take a look?
They do, only if the family requests it, right? And they don't think of those things. It's like the doctor. It's the little subtle things, I think, that make the difference, right?
Now, you as a reflexologist see that all the time, though.
I do, and I'm just going with that because I have one lady who has arthritis. I mean, she's in the wheelchair, and she has to have the pulley to put her in, and that.
Yep.
Huge difference on her. Not only her one ankle was super swollen within 3 times. It was almost back to normal.
Really?
Right.
With 3 times of treatment?
3 times of
treatment. Your session?
Of the session, right? But that was a half-hour session on that. And then I would do a little bit of chair massage, kind of like an Indian head.
Yeah.
And I'd do her hands, right? And even her demeanor. When I first went in, there would be times as soon as I go like this, because she hadn't been touched, it was ow. And ow, very loud. Very, yes, you're hurting me.
Yeah.
And with time, and even like, I think it was about the 3rd or 4th time, she was screaming, "Get out of my room!" Right? And I'm going, oh no, the nurses are going to come. But no, obviously they know her personality and what it was, right? But by now, Rick, unbelievable. Just
you can go in there and work on her.
I can work on her. Very rare does she ever say ow. And if she says ow, it's a little one. And she knows that I guess I come from the heart. Because then it's like, it's always a little ow. And I go, oh, Josie, I'm sorry.
Now she's saying, come into my room.
And she says, oh, no, that's okay. Right?
Oh, that's
so that's to even the demeanor. And it will progress because it is Alzheimer's.
So it sounds like you're specializing in geriatric reflexology, right? Is that your passion? Or?
That's my passion. Only because it kind of started with my mom. And my mom lived with me the last 4 years of her life, almost, except for the last 8 months, sorry.
Right.
She went into a home. And with that, then we were always going in. I would go on a Tuesday. It was bowling night. And lots of times my daughter would come with her kids, the grandkids. So we always kind of interacted. And if you go there enough, you realize which ones have family coming and which ones don't.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And the ones that don't have family coming, that's the ones that really need the reflexology.
Really need it. And so actually, Rick, somehow to get into it, how to get to, because there's lots of daughters or sons of the ones that are here but they might live in Alberta, right? So to have something like this and for them to know the benefit would be a huge thing.
I just had a thought occur to me. So this is your passion. This is what you love to do. This is
my best passion.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yes.
I want you to start blogging. I want you to start creating a book, series of blogs, and each blog can be a chapter or a half a chapter or something, called Social Touch Reflexology.
Okay.
That's what we'll name it. Okay? We'll write it down.
Yeah.
Where's pen? Da-da-da.
I'll get a piece of paper.
Okay. And we'll call it Social Touch Reflexology. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
That has a really nice ring to it, because
It does.
what happens in my mind is there's a social aspect to reflexology that it's not all therapeutic.
It's not. It's the little things with it.
I'm going to work on your feet now and da-da-da-da. It's social. There's a social aspect to reflexology.
And it's the heart. It's like you, Rick. As soon as you go like this to somebody, you know that person feels better because you put the healing. It's your touch to them that you want, right?
Exactly.
And it's not everybody that has that.
You're right. You're right.
You know that they have it, but not to the same degree, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to work with the elderly.
So start blogging about in the home, right?
Yeah.
What they go through from their point of view, and then from a reflexologist's point of view, and then do you know you would have enough material to blog for a year. You know that,
think
right?
So? Oh no! Like even like the neck, because what happens when? And it's not even wheelchair. It's wherever they sit. They're in the lounge, and it's like this. And it's always one side of the neck.
Yeah.
They're always leaning to one side of the neck more than the other, right? So just that. And the stress. With research, you go stress on them because even though they know they have Alzheimer's, they know at times what's happening to them.
Yes.
And it stresses them out because they know what's going to happen to them.
Yes.
So that's stress that I never even thought about, right?
You could blog about that. You could blog about that.
I see it. I never thought of that.
See, there's so many different points.
Yeah.
You have enough to blog about for 6 months easy. And then you take all those blogs and put together a book. Shirley's Social Touch Reflexology. And then pass it around where you work. You know, you're in a care home, right?
Yes.
They could learn your system. Shirley's Social Touch Reflexology, learn your system at home. So when they go into a care home, they can continue to come to the care home and do their people's feet.
Yes. Or even just the little things. Get the right socks for them, right? Because what happens, or even how you put your foot on there, if it's not even for your foot, what happens, Rick, is if you put it too far back, your sock is cutting off here. So the front of your leg looks good. It's the back of the leg that's all swollen.
Yeah, right? Pressure point.
So it's pressure, and it's
so we got socks, we've got foot placement, we've got social aspects.
Yeah, and just touch as it is. With stress as a different way, right? Stress as not just a stress.
Anti-stress touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Anti-stress touch. Now you know that when people are relaxed. That's okay. When people are relaxed, they're more natural and they're more passionate, right?
They are.
Like if I were to say, okay, we're ready to record now, and you're going to start talking about it, you're going to tense up, right?
I would.
Good.
I would.
I had the camera going this whole time. I tricked you.
Yes, you did. You did. Oh, that's right.
So now we have a wonderful podcast that we can present. I'll edit it and cut it out, and we'll take the best of that podcast. And we'll put it up on your website. Now, where can people find you? What is your website called? Your other website, your original website.
Shirley's Massage.
Shirley'sMassage.com.
Yes, on the
I was
card.
on there last night.
Did you go into my website?
Nice website. Who put it together?
A friend of mine, because I went with unemployment. From once I got laid off, I decided to do this, right? And so I went through the unemployment program.
Oh, how long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago, right? So with that, then met some great friends and have stayed in touch with some of them. And one was actually a web person, right? And he kind of did that. And I have one of my girlfriends that I'm quite close with, and she does social media. So because I'm not good at all on the computer, right, as like Staffy said, to put the picture on, she does the little things for me, right?
Yeah.
And so we exchange, right? So she'll do that, and I'll give her if she wants a hot stone massage or reflexology.
Perfect.
So it's
Can't ask
kind
for
of, it's
better.
nice, right?
That way,
So-
there's no out of pocket expenses.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you've got the website, shirleysmassage.com.
yes,
But you offer a lot of services there.
I do offer a lot. Yes, and the one that I've just kind of put together because I did the Swarm Jam. And I like doing the hot towels because hot towels really, I found, relaxes people.
Yeah.
I even do that now in reflexology, right? I'll do the hot towel.
Now, who's the guy in the video? You did some...
Oh, he's the one that actually did my website. So he did the detox.
Oh, yeah, the foot detox. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that comes from Australia.
Is that the one with the bath? You put your foot in the bath?
Well, actually, it's the tub. I buy just one of those plastic tubs, and I just put a plastic liner in because I think it's more cleanly.
Better.
Because then you can throw it away.
More
Whereas,
hygienic.
whereas a lot of these other ones, they're built within.
Yeah.
And I'm going, how do you keep that clean?
You don't.
Right?
You don't.
So this one is just, it looks, but it does. It's a very good one. I did a lot of research, and I know in Maple Ridge there's 2 naturopaths who use the same one.
Good. So you wanna continue to grow, and you want to continue to help people in homes.
I like the combination because I think, as much as I love doing the elderly, it would take it too much to heart. So I have to have another one because I know I will. I would take it too much, right?
And the regular reflexology as well.
Right, yeah.
So how's business?
This year is where I'm going to go. It's all about marketing myself. The last 2 years was to get my confidence, and even though Yvette and they would say, "Oh, you're doing good," I didn't believe it, right?
Yeah. You have to come to a point where you sell yourself on your own product and service.
That's it, and I've come to that point now.
And you have to come to the point where I am valuable enough to now offer skills and get paid for it.
Exactly. And I've done enough now, and I've had such a variation of different ones that are huge, right? For me, for Yvette, it would be, but for me, and so this is the year that I'm saying I've got to market myself. I've got to get out there and get people to know me.
Yeah, good.
Right.
Okay, so if there was one thing that you wanted to tell the people in this video, what would it be about your services, about you, about what you can offer, about your passion, about...
I think my passion is to hear the person individually. And with that means, like, say, for instance, if it's your toe or your neck was bothering you, I would much more go towards that. It's an individual, so I would never be the same on one person. It would always be different,
So
right?
you're going to supply a unique and valuable experience to each and every client.
Each one, and have it as an individual one, right? And hopefully do all the little things, like, put the pillow under their feet, things that don't cost money, but is a big thing, added touch.
So let's get started on this social touch reflex. I like it. I love the idea and the concept. It'll be yours, unique, right?
Yeah. Well, I do have you can tell I have the passion for
I
it.
sure do. Shirley, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Rick. Even though you tricked me.
Well, I figured if I told you, people become rigid, right? That's what I do with Yvette, too. I roll the camera and I say, oh, we're not recording. And then she comes up with these fascinating stories that they're just gems that I wish I would have recorded. So now I just turn on the camera.
Oh, wow.
And I edit all the bad words out.
Oh, good.
Thanks so much, Shirley, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome. That was good. That was 14 minutes.